point in there that I wanted to bring to people's attention, and that was on page 6, where we talk about our committee performance evaluation survey. And that's actually quite a valuable tool. And I wonder whether the future council may also look at its own committees with the same degree of rigour that we've looked at the Audit and Risk Committee. It certainly was a valuable exercise for us, and I would commend that. But it's a committee I've enjoyed being on. I think it's added a lot to the council. And yes, I'm very happy to second that.
Thank you. And I'll add on from what Councillor Sedgwick just said. It was a 360-degree type review. So we were also looking at staff performance and what they did with this committee, as well as our own performance. And we also, at another point, evaluated if we could do better and if we could communicate better with the rest of the councillors that were not on that committee, because even though you have access to the agenda, minutes and all of the reports, there was an idea that we might be able to summarise it and in the future present it like a one-pager quick hit, so you could keep up to speed without having to read all the reports, because there's a lot of reading in audit and risk. So is there any other, I mean, I know it sounds like I'm chairing the meeting, Mary Ellen, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Trying to present the report. I thought the other committee members may have other comments, I'm not sure.
Anybody want to make any comment? Councillor Beck or Church?
Yeah, I'm happy to make comment. Yeah, I think actually too, as we go into the next triennium, you know, whoever the elected members are, it's really important, and we touched on this in our final meeting. It's really important actually this be included as part of the induction, because it is an incredibly important oversight committee that that just, you know, does those deep dives, and is a forum where we really, as members, can look inside the machine. It's not normal for us to do so. We shouldn't do so in staying focused at that governance level, but you do need to take a deeper look at particular issues that enables that sort of finger on the pulse from time to time, and that's what this committee is about. And I think it's been really worthwhile. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll be included as part of the induction program for whoever returns.
Thanks, Councillor. Councillor Church.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, I think it's been a really good, and I think it was Councillor Sedgwick's idea in the first place many years ago to have an audit and risk. I think it's an exceptionally good committee of council. I've really enjoyed my time on there. But also I'd just like to acknowledge, yeah, I think going forward with when we have subcommittees in council, that a one-pager executive summary of our various subcommittees into a different committee of whole would be really helpful to all the council, just to keep us not just in audit and risk but in other subcommittees. So because that would be, I think, a very efficient way. And then if people want to do that now, they can go back to that subcommittee or to the fuller reports for full clarification. So I think that way would be better. I'd just like to also acknowledge the trust and the extraordinary amount of work with the executive team and their staff in terms of the reports, the depths of them, and also just bringing to that committee things that are good, good and bad, and things that we have a concern about, so that we can discuss them together as that real team. They've done an exceptionally good job, and I'm really grateful for that mahi of theirs. So thank you.
Thanks, Councillor. All right. Yes,
I just wondered whether also like to particularly thank Tony and Alison. They're a big part of that committee, but I'm wondering if either one of them needed to or wanted to say anything at all.
They're not here.
I think they might be.
in the boardroom.
Thanks for that opportunity, Councillor Gibb. No, I don't really have anything. Just I think it's has been quite a nice thing to prepare this report, just to confirm that everything that was in the terms of reference has actually been touched on or delivered during the year. So that was, I think, quite a rewarding thing for staff too, to be comfortable that the way that we've set that committee up in terms of the terms of reference, and then preparing that work program that supports the terms of reference. So I think that's perhaps another takeaway for us to, in terms of going forward, in terms of ensuring that we have a clear work program to deliver on the outcomes that we're looking for, but nothing else from me.
And through you, Your Worship, I'd just like to thank the committee members, because it is the questions that are asked during those meetings that actually help us to hone our craft, shall we say. So thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Councillor Tony. Well done. All right, so I have a move and a seconder and Councillor Gibbons Sedgwick. I'll put it. All in favour, please raise a hand. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. We'll move on to the second of our two reports, which is the adoption of the local alcohol policy. And I'm going to hand it over to Anthea now. Where are you, Anthea? Oh, there you go. Where you go, Anthea?
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm hoping this might be a quick agenda item. We obviously had deliberations last week where a number of changes were agreed to, and they can be found on pages 11 and 12 of the agenda. The two things I did want to highlight today, firstly, are some changes that have been made to the buy now, pay later clause and to the proximity provisions. I just wonder whether we go into public excluded, just to quickly run through the legal advice that I received yesterday.
Okay, so I need a move and a second. I move Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Thompson. All in favour, say aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. So, hang on,
I've
Anthea.
got to stop live streaming.
We're going to stop live streaming. I'm sure there's about 20,000